I think many already know that Himawari has become the heir to her father's power. Kurama has been reborn in her body. But what does this mean? How strong has she become? And what should we expect in the future? Kurama has been reborn, and the power of the Nine Tails has returned in the Boruto manga. However, it now has a different host. But what does this essentially mean? The tailed beasts are parts of the Ten Tails, which has a new hybrid form. Essentially, Juro, Hidari, and the other parts of the Jubi that we are currently being shown are relatives of Kurama. This means that they, like the tailed beasts, cannot be defeated. If someone defeats Juro, he will, like the fox, sooner or later be reborn. Or they might be slightly different and their rebirth will differ. So, if Juro is defeated now, he will be reborn not like the tailed beasts, but in another way. Possibly he can return in one of the Tsumiyaki, in creatures that essentially have no consciousness of their own, but are connected to the main body of the Ten Tails and the other parts, like Juro, Hidari, and so on. I am sure many will be displeased with this because Kurama is too small to be strong and he cannot defeat a part of the Ten Tails. But how strong is the fox now? Let's talk about his size. The fact that he is small means that his chakra is accumulating, and with each passing day, he will become stronger. Essentially, within a few months or possibly a year, he will completely restore all his chakra reserves and regain his original form. But there is another assumption, and it is that his size depends on Himawari herself, and as she grows, so will the fox. This might be hinted at by the words the authors told us. We are one in body and mind, as stated in the last chapter. So, it can be assumed that Kurama's size depends on Hima herself, and since she is small, so is he. Overall, the idea of his miniature version is very interesting because we will essentially see a teenager. We will watch the fox grow. But the most interesting part is the words that their chakra compatibility is much better than anyone before her. Even the incredible symbiosis between Naruto and the Nine Tails was not as good as what we should see now. This only means one thing. The Hokage's daughter will be able to use the fox's power more effectively. She will have unique modes, and she is the only one in history who is not a Jinchuriki with a tailed beast inside her, as she has no seal. This is not a power that will pass through some filters and transform into a certain cover. It is pure Nine Tails chakra. Since Kurama is not sealed in her, he is a part of her. She is not just a vessel holding his power, she is something else. Even the fox itself does not know what happened and why he was reborn in her. But there is a suggestion that chakra has been inside her since birth, a small fragment of Kurama's genes, as evidenced by the whisker marks on her cheeks, and another variant is the combination of Uzumaki and Hyuga genes. This is much more interesting because it hints at another hidden power. Since childhood, Himawari has already demonstrated incredible power. Using Byakugan when she saved Shukaku, she seemed to fly, which also hints at Hima's second power, the Otsutsuki genes. In her, they are quite strong. Moreover, the entire Boruto anime revolves around this clan. The Hyuga are direct descendants of Hamura, and the Uzumaki are descendants of Hagoromo. Thus, in her, the children of Kaguya are united. This could awaken the power of the Otsutsuki princess within her. What she demonstrated before Kurama's chakra appeared in her might be a hint of this power. Now, having inherited part of the divine tree, which Kurama is, her Otsutsuki genes might awaken even more. She will become much stronger than we can imagine. Kurama's chakra, at the moment, should also be quite enormous. If it weren't, we would have been hinted that the fox is not at full power. Perhaps this will happen in new chapters, but for now, Kurama is the only one who can fight Juro. But I think many will agree that Kawaki will interfere in the battle. We will finally find out if the omnipotence affected Kurama's consciousness, and whether he considers Kawaki the son of the seventh instead of Boruto, or if the omnipotence didn't work since Kurama's consciousness was just emerging at the time of activation. Regarding strength, it's easy to assume the immense physical power Hima will combine with Hyuga's style. It's also possible she will use her hair as an extension of the fox's chakra. I would like to see the Uzumaki clan revealed, and the chains Kushina used. But I'm realistic and understand that the first joint battle between Hima and Kurama won't reveal many techniques. Even when the fox and Naruto used the first mode, they had little time because they needed to get used to the symbiosis. So, I expect we will see little, but it will be enough to understand that, potentially, Hima will be stronger than her father. The only question is how they will stop Juro, and what exactly Kawaki will do. Many may not like this character and consider him bad, but for Himawari's sake, he is ready to give his life. Therefore, he will protect her at any cost. This might give the girl the motivation to become stronger, and we will immediately see not one mode of Kurama, but several. Personally, I would also like to see Rasengan. After all, Minato created it especially for Kushina. So far, throughout all the episodes of the Boruto and Naruto anime, no girl has used this technique. It would be very cool if the granddaughter of the fourth inherited Rasengan. I also see a certain hint that Hima will be like Kushina. Look, Minato had the Flying Thunder God technique. Boruto uses this power. Kushina's hair is similar to the hair Hima has in the first mode. And what unique technique did her grandmother have? Chains. Therefore, I assume that the two blue vortex 6 are Kushina and Minato's grandchildren. They will be the whirlwind of change, combining the legacy of their ancestors. That is why I am glad Kurama was given to Himawari, and the new generation is being developed. And the fact that he is small now does not mean he cannot use his millennia of experience. Moreover, no one has yet told us that he has a small chakra reserve. So, I look forward to the new chapters and your opinions in the comments. Good luck to everyone.